We'll go Jack and Seth. Grace.
Aaron, just curious, you've obviously played Purdue a lot in your career. Just curious what you've seen in terms of differences with them, in terms of their coaching change, new quarterback, kind of some differences you see than past teams you've played.
Yeah, with the new coaches, the new quarterback and everything, it's definitely a switch up from last year, how they run their offense, their philosophy as far as how they do things in the back end. I'm just now starting to look into them really today, after this, actually, and really to break down how they do the things they do.
Seth and Matt.
Aaron, I'm just curious what the last maybe 48 hours have been like for you. Obviously, you had your senior day game in Bloomington. Like, how did that feel? Kind of, obviously, the game didn't really turn out the way you wanted to, but what was that day like for you? Like, before the game, after the game, like, have you allowed yourself to really kind of process that yet, or is that something that you feel like is going to sink in a little more once the season comes to an end?
Yeah, I pretty much processed it pregame after we did the whole senior walk. I saw my parents and went back into the locker room, and I don't know, for some reason, like a wave of emotions came over me just being in that locker room, knowing it's going to be the last time I'm out there in the locker room before a game, on that Memorial Stadium before a game, and that whole game feeling. Been here for my sixth year now, and just all the things I've been through on and off this field here at IU. So that kind of hit me right there before the game started, but it's definitely sunk in over this past week, and I'm sure it will more over the course of this next week.
Aaron, you're a guy that obviously came from out of state, so I'm guessing you probably didn't know much about the Bucky game, before you got to Indiana. How long did it take you to realize how big it was? And for you individually, playing in it as many times as you have, what does it mean to you?
Man, coming from out of state, yeah, I didn't know the whole rivalry thing, how big it was. But once I got here on campus, I could really see like how much went into this, the whole beat Purdue thing. We have it up all week during around the stadium, and it's just a known thing. Like, we want to beat them, we don't like them, and get the bucket. The bucket's a trophy game, so before every bucket week, Coach Mark Dill comes and has a explanation of how the bucket originated and the whole rivalry game, and facts from 50 years ago about the game. And so we all just like kind of bought into it, learn, be more knowledgeable about it, and that's just grown for me every year I've been here. I just know playing in the game that it's a physical, tough game, and it's like a real rivalry here, a big thing around IU, Indiana, and I'm excited for it on Saturday.
I guess in that same light, with there being so many new faces around you this year on this team, and you being a sixth-year guy that's played in this game so much, is there a sort of process that you kind of have to instill in some of the other guys on kind of that same importance that you had to learn about the game?
For the most part, I feel like we're going to attack the week as we attack any other week. It's just now we know that there's something, maybe a little extra motivation that we're playing for, as far as playing for that old Oaken bucket. And guys know how big it is. Guys know the gravity around this game. And so I'm sure that will hype guys up even more to play, but we're pretty much attacking it the same.
Daniel and Pete.
So I asked Matt a similar question, but as a unit, I believe you guys are worst in the conference in yards allowed per game, and maybe second worst in scoring. What do you feel like maybe been the main problem this year?
I would say our execution. When it comes down to it, we don't always execute in the ways we're supposed to. We need to find a way to win the games, find a way to get off the field on third downs. And that's a thing that has been one of our Achilles heel this season. But it's just something that we have to improve our focus and just try to get better at as this week goes on.
Last one for Ace.
Yeah, hey Ace, can you talk a little bit about, obviously you stuck it out and didn't play a whole lot and then persevered, now you've been rewarded with playing time and success. What advice do you tell some of the younger players to do the same thing in terms of being persevering, being patient, not being in a rush, and the reward is coming?
Yeah, so when I first got to IU, there was this linebacker, T. Gray Scales. He was an All-American linebacker here. He has this saying, trust the process. And I really embodied that into how I do things. And he's been an influence on me. He still is. And I just known that things didn't work out how I wanted them to when I first got here. not even the second year or third year, I wasn't really getting the time I wanted to on the field. But like trusting the process and doing the work and doing the right things you're supposed to do, being coachable, just learning from others, learning from your mistakes, and you can show fruition at the end of it. You can like go out there and perform and grow over time and be that player that you want to be as long as you work at it and don't make excuses for yourself. And so that's what I try to do for myself over my time here at IU and take advantage of it as much as I can.
All right, Ace. Thanks, bud.
All right, thank you.